Welcome to another episode of Power Word Crit. I am Ander, and I will be your keeper this evening, because we are playing Monster of the Week. We're back at it again in our second adventure with the PARCS team. And with me today are some great players that you know and love.
Going in reverse order, I'm David, and I will be playing Martin Gross.
I'm Ashlyn, and I'm playing Val, the science gal.
I'm Corn, and I'm playing Hannah Mae Sullivan.
And I'm Kayla, and I am playing our resident conspiracy theorist, Avery O'Grady.
And you guys had some fun last time.
We
Got
did.
To, get to explore a new town.
New
Had some exciting adventures, new responsibilities for Avery. Isn't it great?
No. I don't think she knows what to do with being in charge. It's not a... No.
No, you think Seven knew what to do?
Seven was a little more confident. If you'll notice, Avery was very quiet last episode.
True.
So she may get pulled into the adventure this time.
Step 1, order business cards.
Yes.
All right, so here's a recap for last time. The PARCS team headed out on a new assignment to Lake Muskogee, Arkansas, with Avery at the lead and the new intern, Hannah, in tow. They arrived at the home of Ruth Brookhaven, who is a successful science fiction author in the area. Ruth described how she had witnessed the sudden disappearance of a fisher on Lake Luskogee near Goose Egg Island, but was concerned that it may have been a waking dream or something, as there was no evidence of an attack on the water. Val set about taking photos of the shoreline and feeding them to Erie for evaluation, but took an unexpected tumble into the lake.
Oops.
Hannah leaped to her rescue, but had an encounter with something in the lake. Hannah's empath powers flared up, and she felt an overpowering presence consumed by hunger. She narrowly escaped its grabby grip, but not without receiving a serious burn on her leg. After getting Hannah's wound treated, Ruth recommended that the team go talk to the local fisherman at the bar, the Old Cod. And so you all piled into the van and made your way into town.
So what time is it again?
To kind of set the scene a little bit, this is, again, kind of late summer. It's, we'll say, middle of the afternoon,
Okay.
because it took you a little while to get out there. And so we will say it's 4 o'clock.
Okay, cool. Hannah, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Do we have a stethoscope by chance in here?
I mean, yeah, I have tons.
Can I borrow it?
You want a real one, though, right? Not a fake one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why do you have a fake one?
Cosplay.
Oh, that's
All
right.
the props.
Forgot Seven's van. My bad. Right there next to the police outfits, the banana suits.
Yes, exactly.
There is a maid outfit. Anyway.
Seven wore that.
I mean, Seven wore most of these costumes, but
You
Val
need to get
wasn't
into
present.
all kinds of places.
Anyways, so Val is gonna go and get one of her spare stethoscopes and hand it to Hannah.
Okay, so Hannah is going to open up the big handbook and flip through to a page that says first aid. And she's going to start checking her pulse, checking temperature, things like that, and marking it off. And then she puts the stethoscope up to take her blood pressure to make sure she really isn't going into shock. And after about a minute,
Blood pressure or pulse?
blood pressure.
You can check your blood pressure with the stethoscope?
Yeah, that's the manual way how to do it.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
Learn
and
things all the time.
Yeah, and you just put a cuff, so she ends up putting like a tight
Oh,
band around
okay,
her
I
arm,
follow now.
puts the stethoscope up, and okay, I'm not going into shock. That's good. We always have to check for shock. Okay, what's next?
So, remind me, did you show us the mark on your leg
Yes.
and tell us about the hunger?
I did, but I'll do it again, and I'll lift up my pant leg
And there is
and
a
show you the
terrible
burn.
burn.
How big is it? It's not like covering her entire calf, right? It's kind of skinny-ish.
I did determine it was kind of jellyfish-like.
That's right, okay.
But not specifically a jellyfish. It didn't match, but it was
Right.
close.
The burn was similar to a jellyfish.
But it was that type of a thin band.
So I am holding up about that big, but
Golf ball.
golf
Yeah,
ball.
golf
Thank
ball
you.
size.
Okay, got it.
Are there any sucker prints at all?
I have to think.
I feel like this should require a roll of some sort.
Mm.
Can you tell
Would you
what
like to
sucker
investigate a
print looks
mystery?
I would love to. I'm driving the car.
How about
Here, put your leg
Val
up into the
does
front
it?
seat.
I know, here, I can't see it, Hannah.
Yeah, I stick my leg in
I
the front of
mean-
the car. Check it out.
Oh my god.
You can park.
I may need to park.
Okay.
I will park so we can talk about this without me crashing the very difficult to drive car. That takes all my concentration, apparently. Okay, so investigate mystery.
Yes.
Can I help her with this?
Yeah. Avery, you will be rolling plus sharp, and Val, you will be rolling
2d6.
Plus
roll
cool.
plus cool. Yes, always 2d6.
Okay, making sure. It's been a little while. Oh. Sharp.
Yeah.
7.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
So Val helps, and on a 10 plus, your help grants some plus 1.
Okay.
Which is good, but it doesn't, get you to the next
8.
level. So 8's still, it's reasonable.
Uh-huh.
Good thing is on Investigate a Mystery, 7 to 9 is not a bad result. It's just a limited result.
Okay, good.
Because on a 10 plus, you would get hold 2, but on a 7 to 9, you only get 1. So you get to ask one question.
Okay, got it.
Such as, what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here? And again, try and make sure the questions you're asking are one that make sense.
Okay, so...
Like, where did it go isn't necessarily relevant here.
Pretty sure it's still in the lake. Unless it had a portal to another dimension.
What sort of creature is it? I think works well with this.
Okay.
Especially along the lines of what kind of attributes are we seeing on this mark? Does it have...
And maybe
teeth?
for some
Does it
Avery
have-
flavor, what conspiracy theory monster is it most
Jeez.
related to? Because I feel like that'd be right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. She has to do a little more research to get caught up on things, but yes.
So you do see both sucker mark and what looks like kind of jagged edge.
So like teeth?
Not necessarily teeth, but certainly something rough.
Abrasive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
And the earlier analysis that Val had done said that this wound was characteristic of a jellyfish sting.
If Avery had her conspiracy board out right now, she'd be writing on it.
That
In
your
its
mental web
place.
is spinning?
Yes, in its place, Kayla is putting together her board using PowerPoint.
Corin is watching it. It's very impressive.
Martin, what are you up to while this is happening?
Martin was momentarily, about to be helpful by getting one of the fake stethoscopes, but when he heard that those were not what people wanted, he put them back and just sat silently.
Well, I think we've learned what we can from this, so I guess did we want to continue on to the bar?
Should we find accommodations first and put all of our stuff away?
We have the van.
No, I need a wall, a very big wall.
I mean, we could...
Papers, lots of papers.
Avery, you can go find us accommodation since you're the leader.
I mean, I'm taking the car with me.
You
so.
have a company card, right? They did give that to you before we left, right?
Can you check the back to see if Seven left his?
Oh, no.
Would Seven have kept it in his wallet because he forgot?
No, I'm pretty sure somebody would come after me extraplanarly for that card.
But did Seven have a card in what was his nemesis's name? Who's always prank calling?
Marty.
Yeah, does he have a card in his name?
Oh, he might, he might have a card in Marty's name. That's true. Can I roll to see if the company card in Marty's name is in the van?
Sure, roll plus luck.
Okay.
Or just a straight 2d6, rather.
So 6.
Marty
I
called
got a
his
9.
card company later. It's like, I need to report this fraudulent charge on my card.
In Arkansas?
I was never in Arkansas.
It may not be the best idea.
I don't think so.
Sure, I think that you can see the card in one of the lockboxes.
Mm-hmm.
Happens to have a window on it, but it is currently locked.
And we don't have the keys to that.
We have some keys. We don't have all the keys. Okay, we're gonna go find some accommodations, and Avery will call the supervisor, Sam, at some point today to let her know I need a I'll just have to get a receipt and submit that.
I mean, they do those at these places, right? I wouldn't know. I've never rented a hotel before.
Oh, yeah.
Usually my parents do it for me.
Out of character, I'm curious, what does Sam think of Avery? Obviously, well enough to give you a leadership position, but...
I don't think Avery does a lot of interaction with Sam. This is probably one of the first, really close interactions. People, when they meet Avery, especially, management, after the first few times, they're like, okay, you're going to report to so-and-so. And they fob it off on somebody else.
I think Avery is efficient and a good worker, but not someone that Sam enjoys spending a lot of time with, maybe.
That works, yes. That sounds good.
So values her skills, but, somebody else.
The small talk could use some help.
Small talk turns to long talk.
Yes, it does. Okay, so accommodations, get a room, maybe get some gossip.
Sure, yeah. That's where you guys want to go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So we're all going to the hotel to get accommodations?
Unless
do
yes.
you want me to volunteer to go talk to the old fisherman dudes?
No, because I want to be there.
Okay. We'll go together
I
then.
want to do it all. Actually, if you wanted to get the accommodations or something like that, but you don't, as you mentioned, your parents normally do
Yeah.
that, so.
I could talk to the staff.
Ooh, there we go.
That works.
Staff has stories.
That is
I
true.
know I used to work in a hotel. I have a lot of stories.
Oh, no.
So
Yeah.
you drive along,
Mhm.
and there is a hotel. And I'm going to let one of you guys name it.
This has to be a fish-themed hotel. So, the Clamshell Inn.
Sure, yeah.
There
Love
we
it.
go.
We'll take it.
And the beds are clamshells, but giant size.
Oh, no.
Wow.
It's a little
Clammy.
odd themed, lake town, but
Maybe it's
Yeah.
one of those really, really themey
It was
motel places.
someone
They
from the
thought
city.
it was someone from like a landlocked state. And
we need more ocean here.
so they were like, yeah, this will totally work in a lake town, and like didn't even think about it. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna go all in. Clamshell Inn. We have to make everything clam themed, and we're gonna have clam chowder every night.
Oh.
Yes. Well, I imagine that there's lots of like mermaids and such things,
Oh, yeah.
motifs around.
I
So,
mean, there are freshwater clams.
That's true.
probably. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Are they normally in lakes or?
The majority of bivalves and mollusks live in the sea, but in addition, a number of different families live in freshwater.
Yeah, okay.
Good enough.
We have done learns.
So you all arrive at the Clamshell Inn. It's there. It's a little older looking, but it's been painted recently.
And that's how I got the foot out of the toilet that shouldn't have been there. And he was really happy to get his foot back.
I'm sure. Like, imagine if you had to amputate that thing.
But I think you missed the...
I'm joking.
Okay. And in her mind, she's like, I think she missed the point. It was already amputated.
Oh.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay.
So we need 4 rooms.
I mean, if there are 2 beds, I'm fine with sharing a room with someone. Saves money. And we all need to be good employees that saves our company money.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the logistics now because we would need at least 3
idly
rooms,
eyeing
right?
the guests.
Are any close to dying?
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Sure.
Oh no.
Martin, as you walk in, you see seated in the lounge is an old woman, and she seems very tired. Seems like she's wheezing. She's got like one of those air compressor things that's pushing air into her nose and such things. She has a suitcase sitting next to the chair as well.
Is there a test for my curse? Or do I
Yeah.
get or do I just get to role play it?
You can do both, but I am pretty sure on your playbook, your curse as a thing is that if you want to try and avoid it, is that you can roll plus weird, I believe.
Martin kind of perks up a little bit, checks and examines, and decides that this person is clearly past their time and would just be happier moving on. And so Martin is going to wander over into the lobby where she is with his bags because, I assume we're all carrying our bags. And I'm going to sit down in there. Martin is not a quick acting person most of the time, and so, just kind of getting a sense for the old lady, but preparing to help her out.
She glances up as you enter her field of view and moves her head slowly to you and says, "Hello, young man.
Aye.
Have you seen my grandson nearby? He was supposed to bring me some mints.
Martin is going to kind of flick his eyes about. Have I seen said grandson?
Over on the far side of the room, you see a young man, maybe mid-20s, who is looking at the magazines, but really only kind of flicking at them. He's really talking to the receptionist and flirting, obviously.
Martin kind of points at the person over there.
She turns her head. Yep, that's him.
Oh no.
I love her so much.
And Martin's gonna kill her.
Martin nods. And he's gotten a chance to be close to this person. Humans are very complex. And so Martin is taking his time, making sure. Because he doesn't just want to take people before their time. That would be inappropriate. But so many people in the modern age are past their time.
But when she's on a trip visiting her grandson, really? David's just smiling.
I mean, I think that this is a opportune moment. If the desire and the feel arises in you, that you could feed on her.
Feed is the wrong word. That is the name of the curse, or curse is also the wrong word, but we'll call it that. Martin nods and says, kind of quietly, go to sleep. Forget your pain. Forget the grief. It's okay. Life is long, but there's more to it. And then he's going to use his natural attack, which is a magical force that ignores armor and is a one-harm close range, so I don't actually have to touch them and has no visible effect on it.
I had this mental image of Martin turning into a vampire and attacking the
So I mean, if you're looking at Martin, there is no actual visible effect, but you might feel like you can see the darkness kind of cloy around him and stick to him a bit, maybe not obscuring him, but maybe everything else is cast in darker relief around him almost.
Is it kind of like your aura flaring or something?
Perhaps.
I wonder if Hannah can tell.
Oh no, Hannah, what does Hannah feel across the room?
Can I just roll an empath check just to see if I even recognize that this is going on?
Sure.
Okay.
I guess
Maybe you're recognizing the emotions of the old lady
Yeah.
as she's getting ready to die.
Plus weird. So I got a 6. That's a miss.
So I think that you are in a new place with new people, and the emotions of the receptionist and this handsome young fellow there are overpowering any other subtler emotions that might be happening in the lobby.
little hearts.
Avery and Val, who are with me, you see that she starts breathing heavily and her arm starts shaking a little bit. She goes, I need to go outside.
You doing okay, Hannah?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Is the burn acting up?
No, I just need to go outside for a second. I'm not feeling well. And she runs outside.
That's really weird. It's like air conditioned in here. It's much warmer outside.
Avery is busy counting, okay, so if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, no, but I think we can squeeze into 3. Because they usually provide 2 beds. And Martin, did you want a queen size or Martin?
We cut back to Martin.
Martin looks up when his name is called and shrugs, and then is confused and surprised when you start freaking out.
What?
What?
So-
Grandma?
Kills over dead.
David, how far along were you at this point when Avery interrupts you?
I think the old lady looks like she's sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that the old woman, her head has fallen down to her chest, and she seems at peace.
We're just gonna calmly collect Martin and come back to the desk. We need to get you a room. Did you want to? I forgot what was the question. Val, what was?
You were asking what kind of bed I wanted.
Oh yes, what kind of bed do you want?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. You get something. Is the receptionist available at this point?
She's very occupied.
Let me come to
And
the desk.
She's got big, long eyelashes that she's fluttering
Oh my goodness.
madly at this young man.
I don't have time for this. Avery comes up with Martin. Very firm grasp on Martin's arm. Excuse me, can we get 3 rooms, please? One needs to have 2 beds.
Drags her eyes over to you and like, oh, yes, just, absolutely. I'm sorry about that. I'll right away. I can get that for you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
She gets all the right information from you, gets that all set up for you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna ask for the local gossip. Like, hey, so is anything going on around here? We're just visiting, so looking to catch some of the interesting news, things like that.
Are you here for the fishing tournament?
I missed about that. What is it?
Oh, yeah, it's this yearly thing that happens every year. I mean, that's why it's it. The yearly fishing tournament. It's put on by the Luskogee Anglers Club. Very prestigious group here.
More people are gonna get kidnapped, is what I'm hearing. Kind of like the Boy Scouts.
You said the Luskogee Fishing Club?
Luskogee Anglers Club.
Anglers Club.
It gets people from all around the county, and there's usually a pretty good cash prize at the end for the biggest fish. You know, it's just catch and release, of course. You want to protect the fish here. But it's going on this weekend. Should be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you're just in time as it's Thursday.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even heard of that. That's so cool. How often do you do it?
Every year, like I
Every-
said.
Wow, and nothing... Okay. Wow, and nothing weird's been happening? I'm sure.
Well,
I'm trying to think of a better way to ask that question without sounding really weird, but...
nothing weird's been happening.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, we try to get people in here.
Yeah, that was the good lead in. Oh, well.
I mean,
But, okay, that's so cool. Well, I guess we'll have to try it out. Anyone can enter?
yep. You just got to head down to. I think that you'll want to talk to Ian Kelly. He's got the bait shop down by the lake. It's a pretty good shop there. It's where everybody goes to talking about to get info about the lake. It's called the Bait and Switch.
We're definitely going there, if not just for the name.
Okay, we'll definitely have to do that. Okay, thank you for the information.
Of course, now that you're asking about weird things.
My very, very subtle lead into that.
I mean, a good thing is that the lake seems to come back up.
Oh, really?
We've had a really bad drought here for a long time, and the water's been so low, but it seems like it's come up just in time for the tournament.
Oh, how long has it been low for?
I mean, last year it was pretty low, and this year, the beginning of the summer, it was low. I mean,
How much did it gain water?
over the last month, it's gone up a foot.
Oh, wow.
That is pretty crazy. And have you had a lot of rain since then?
That is the weird thing, is that we haven't had any rain. To everything else, we're still in a drought. Ask any farmer.
This is messing with Val's science brain.
It's called a giant something.
Oh, that's right.
Displace the water.
This
right
is true.
Utilizing his immense mastery of opaqueness, Martin will say, probably the rent is open, and just leave it there.
Like they rent out the lake?
There's boat rentals.
Oh, okay. Does Ian, the Bait and Switch, do they do boat rentals?
No.
He tries to sell his bait, but then he switches it up for something else.
Oh, no.
It's a bait
I'll
and
sell
switch.
whatever you want.
His bait
sunken
shop is a
ship.
bait and switch.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, you wanted worms? Sorry, you get crickets.
Crickets for you.
If you're looking for boat rentals, you're gonna want to talk to Mark. Mark's Boat Rentals. He didn't come up with a fancy name for his place, but he's a simple guy.
Not
Okay.
every place has to be a wonderfully named establishment. As I named the clamshell inn.
I hear it helps though.
Okay. Well, we may have to go rent a boat and go out on the lake. It sounds like it's a lovely time, and it'll be a fun weekend.
Oh yeah, totally lovely. Get attacked by tentacles.
What was that? Sorry?
Oh, nothing. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I hope that you all have
Do you want some candy?
No, thank you. We
Okay.
have some here. You're welcome to take some from the dish here.
Okay. I grab like 2 and surreptitiously leave like 3 of my experimental
Oh my
candies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
And Martin's the bad one.
These are harmless pranks.
Those are harmful pranks.
Freudian slip there.
Yes. So I have to know what kind of candies are here in this dish.
So they kind of act like helium balloons.
Oh,
So they
So-
make your voice go high
Okay.
pitched for like
I
a
was-
minute or 2.
No, I was gonna say, is this Willy Wonka helium balloon?
Yeah.
You float up to the ceiling.
No,
And maybe
it's not
out into the
fizzy
night
lifting
sky.
drinks. Because 1, they're not drinks and they're not fizzy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have rooms.
Okay. And does she have any suggestions for like places to eat for like dinner and stuff?
I think we should go to the old cod so we can also investigate the
Does that one
people
have-
there.
I guess bars have food. Yeah. Okay.
Bars have food.
I don't go to bars.
Yeah, you can go to the old cod if you want. I mean, a bunch of kind of old, stodgy old men go there, really.
Okay.
Good place to eat around here is Porker's Pies and Fries.
Ooh.
Well, that does
Oh, that
sound
sounds
really good. Much better than the old cod.
Yes.
Fried pies and fries? Can't get better than that.
We may have to do that one actually. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. I guess let's go drop off our stuff at our rooms and then head over.
Yep.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you so
Bye.
much for stop paying attention to your future boyfriend. All right.
Oh my goodness. Val.
She
I
blushes a
dragged
little
Val off.
Val is a moody teenager sometimes. Only sometimes.
I think it's appropriate.
Exactly.
She's not just a science gal after all.
bit. So you've checked in. You have places to accommodate. What's your next thing?
So we're going to go talk to the folks at the old cod? Or
Yes.
do you want to go talk to the owner at the bait and switch?
Let's do the old cod.
Okay.
Because we're also getting later in the day, and I'm sure the guy. Actually, I'm not sure what the hours are of the bait and switch, but I'm sure that people aren't buying it late at night and into dinner, so he's probably closing up shop. So,
That's true.
but we should probably get that tomorrow.
Okay. To the old cod we go.
As you are driving, you let's see here. Who's the sharpest of you?
Who has the highest sharp?
Yeah.
I have a +1.
I have 2.
-1.
Avery, you notice on a sign that looks like maybe some graffiti or something like that. It looks like it's painted. And you pass along as you're driving, and it's something that you didn't really take a lot of note of other than it's just there. But then you see it again. The same kind of shape. This one's on a wall,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about like a hand size.
Okay. My senses are tingling. I would like to use one of my holds for connect the dots.
Sure.
That I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 10+ last time, so I hold 3.
And this is from your beginning of the mystery move.
Yep. At the beginning of each mystery, if you look for the wider patterns that current events might be part of, so I can spend a hold during the mystery to ask the keeper any one of the following questions.
Mhm.
So I would like to, how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture? I'm going to pull over and look over at it, because you said it's kind of small-ish.
Yeah, it looks like 2 horseshoes stacked on top of each other, so one curving up and one curving down, that they're interlinked. And there is a small circle inside the upper horseshoe, and on either side of them, the horseshoes, is a wavy line going away. So there's one to the right and one to the left.
Okay. Do I recognize it, or at least have an idea of some various
I think that
connections?
you recognize it,
Ooh.
but you can't necessarily read it. You don't know what the symbol is. As Avery's conspiracies reached into the occult,
The occult. Yeah, I would say yes. I wouldn't say that she's an expert at it, but I mean, you don't get into our organization without knowing about the occult.
yeah, so I think the basic occult things
Yeah.
is that this strikes up. This is a magic symbol of some sort,
Ooh.
or an occult symbol.
Okay.
You mean it's not a universal 5-year-old symbol of electromagnetism?
It is not. Corin put in our chat a symbol of magnemite. And if you put magnemite on a 90-degree rotation, it's closer.
Okay.
I can draw it out for you guys here and let you describe
Okay.
it.
I mean, I had a pretty good visual
good
image
picture.
of it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good visual actually that you gave.
You just said
Yeah.
2 U's with a circle, and I was like, oh, magnemite. But the circle was in the wrong place.
And they're interlocked.
yeah.
So
It
Val,
reminds me of those puzzle games.
Oh, yeah.
But technically the horseshoes are facing in instead of outward. So like it's making an oval, and then there's a ring around the 2 chains that link the horseshoes together.
Mhm.
And then you have to get the ring off of the horseshoes.
Right.
So
It looks like the Eye of Sauron. I don't know. I'm not Lord of the Rings
We
fan.
need to find 2 hobbits here.
hey, Val, can you take a picture of this as I snap a snapshot of my own so I have it on my phone? And can you run some searches to see what this is connected to?
Yeah, sure.
My senses are tingling. I don't know if this has anything to do with anything.
You have spidey senses now?
Yes.
Conspiracy senses.
It's my investigator senses.
Okay.
Martin will look at it simply because, but I figure for the sake of the group, as the primary member of the
Yes.
group familiar with weird
Please.
things.
Please look at it. Yes.
What should I roll?
I think that this might apply to your dark past.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the sake of it, I'm still going to take a picture and have Erie run
Mhm.
any searches to see if there's any similar items on the interwebs.
Yep. You'll get news articles.
Oh, yeah.
Martin will not.
Right. Martin will have probably a more trusty, reliable source of information.
If he tells it to us.
That's true.
That's always the thing with Martin, is he may know things, but he may not share them.
Uh-huh.
So I think this is something that might be relevant to you. So go ahead and roll dark past, which is roll plus weird.
I rolled a 6, and I have +3 weird, so 9.
Okay. So you have one question to ask from the list.
What is it?
It is a demonic symbol.
What's its name?
This is the Lurker.
Martin is, kind of wandering along next to Avery and is like, oh, that's the Lurker.
The what? All of a
Lurker.
sudden, Avery turns to Martin and is like, all just focused. The what? Investigative
The Lurker.
senses going off. What is the Lurker?
I point to it.
No, what does it look like? What does it do?
It appears to be 2 horseshoes.
Not that. What is it referencing, Martin? How do you know it?
Shrugs.
Avery stomps off to the car.
Do you still need me to run this internet search?
Yes, please.
Okay. Gonna see what I can find about a lurker. And
The Lurker.
sorry, I am going to append my search of this image with terms for the lurker and see if that helps narrow results.
Martin will provide the translation in a few extra languages as need be.
Okay.
This does not help.
Have Latin, Sanskrit, Arabic. Val, why don't you investigate a mystery?
Okay. I also take a +1 forward to investigate the mystery as long as the info is available online while I'm using Erie. Okay. Well, that's a nice roll. 11.
Ooh.
Okay. You get 2 questions to ask. From what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, what was it going to do, what is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here?
Erie pulls up a Reddit post by a Starwatcher72, and it is the basic guide to the occult. There are a number of other occult symbols, and this happens to be one of them on the cover of this kind of trendy looking splash page. It has a promotion on it, or an ad, for $59.99. You can have the beginner's guide.
Okay. Is there a sample page? Kind of like see the first couple pages kind of thing?
This one does not.
Okay.
because of the nature of it.
Okay.
So it looks like one of those scam pages, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're looking for a cult,
If I
maybe.
read through the comments, does anyone say anything in regards to this post? David, are you saying that Martin would have a post on Reddit?
Are you Star Lurker 72?
Star Watcher.
Star Watcher 72.
Martin would not be Star Watcher, but if there are multiple runes on it, I'll bet Martin would know which ones are real and whether or not they are real.
Can you start telling us?
Martin, I will show you the image I found from the Reddit post and say, do any of these look like legit symbols, like the one we saw?
Yes, you see that one, and I'm going to go ahead and tie this in with Avery's How Does This Connect?
Ooh, yes.
You see a handprint on it.
Okay, where did we see the handprint before?
Like there's a
Previous
handprint.
mystery.
There's a handprint on the...
It's the same handprint that was on the
Oh
wall,
my
right?
gosh, yeah, that's right. The
Which hand?
No,
silencer.
hold on. So there's a handprint on this Reddit post picture?
So in one of these other symbols.
Oh, okay. So the handprint from the previous mystery from Beast of Beacon Rock, she and her friend had been exploring up in the caves or whatever, up the cliff, plateau, whatever it is. And there's a handprint, and Bailey touched it, and as soon as she touched it, that's when she turned into the beast.
Yep.
That was the story that her friend, who we were trying to stop from doing something stupid.
One of the reviews, it was like a 4-star review.
Mm.
Mhm.
It is by a Bailey.
Mhm.
Oh no, it's all coming together.
So Martin is looking at this and he starts to kind of comment on them, pointing out, this one is, accurate. This one, it needs some work.
I'd say maybe about 50% of them are real.
Somebody had to put these symbols up. Somebody had to design this, this website. But these symbols are very complex, and you
Mhm.
can't just draw one haphazardly and expect anything to happen from it. It's essentially, are any of these good enough quality to, summon something or cause something, or are these all pretty low quality and, it's a cute picture?
The particular design on this picture seems like it's more of a splash page. That's like, hey, this is a thing from here and a thing from there.
Mm-hmm. So Martin would actually comment on that and say, the designs are reasonably recreated, but they're incomplete.
Well, I don't think we need to concern ourselves with all of these symbols, but I am intrigued by this handprint one, and then this one that you said is
That's
the Lurker. Oh,
Lurker silencer.
oh.
Can you send me this link?
Yeah, sure. I will forward you the link through your phone. I'm assuming we've already exchanged phone numbers because we're young, hip people.
Yeah.
Well, it's just good policy that you guys as a team are going to possibly be separated and things that you would have
Yeah.
put that in
Mhm.
place. I'll give you, as a fan of the Hunters, I will do that.
Thanks.
Hannah's gonna buy the book.
Oh, no.
$59.99.
I buy it for $59.99.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And then is it like a physical book or is it like a
It's
PDF?
a download.
It's a
PDF.
download.
It's a PDF.
Okay, so when I get the
If you're lucky, it will be searchable. If it's not, have fun.
Oh, I know. So I'm going to contact my friend Brad. He
For
and
a second,
I
I thought you were going to contact the Seven's nemesis.
yes, contact Marty. So I'm going to contact Brad and I'm going to email him and say, hey, we think that this might be tied to other cases. Do you happen to know if anybody in your department can look into these symbols?
Cross-reference.
I like it.
Brad works in the IT department. He's probably like on the call center. However, I'm sure somebody out there could, like maybe his boss could work on this. Say, hey, we found this on a Reddit post, and it seems that this is tied to our case, and I'm going to, with my very rudimentary paint app on my phone, I'm going to circle the one that we're working on and say, current case, and then on the handprint, I'm going to say, team's previous case, ?
Question, did they get the silencer symbol correctly, or is it just a bad reproduction?
It seems like it's correct.
Okay.
And I'm going to send that to Brad. And I'm going to open it up on my app and just start reading it.
Oh, man.
Hey, Avery, you want a copy of this?
Ooh, yes, please.
I'm gonna send her a copy.
As you're driving.
Uh-huh. Yep, definitely not reading it right now.
Martin silently, kind
Ooh,
of hovers
back at the
over your
hotel, nighttime
shoulder and
reading.
reads over your shoulder. Doesn't ask permission, doesn't tell you he's there.
She just makes the text bigger so both of us
Do
can
we
read.
finally make it to the old cod?
Yes. I think at this point you arrive at the old cod.
the place we've actually been trying to go to since the start of the episode.
On the road again.
You arrive. Are you getting out? Or are you staying here to read?
Getting out.
I think that was a question to Hannah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
All
okay.
of you.
I'm getting out. I'm not reading that.
So what's our cover story? Are we going in as patrons? Are we gonna chat up people? Are we gonna pretend we want to go on dates with people to get information? How are we gonna do this?
Ew. I'm not doing that one.
Well, okay.
Let's see. What are our options here? Well, we heard that there's a fishing tournament, and so we could see if we can find out more information about the fishing tournament, and then see
We
if
could
can find
ask
anything
where are
else.
the best spots in the lake to go fish and where are the spots that you absolutely want to avoid.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we
check out the places that we want to avoid.
Yep. Exactly. And then we could say that we're visiting a friend and mention Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
Mention Ruth and say, man, we heard a really odd. We're throwing
She
her
was
under the
telling
bus,
us a
sorry.
crazy story that happened to her
Yep.
a few weeks ago.
See if we know who it was,
Cool.
or if they know of anyone who's disappeared off the lake.
Your brief said that you were looking for an individual named Red Cook.
Oh, okay, so we know the name. Okay. Okay, in which case, slight change. We're looking for a friend. We came to visit. He asked us to come visit. His name's Red Cook. Where is he? We can't find him. He forgot to tell us his address. That one's a little sketchy.
A little suspicious.
Well, I mean, he's missing, right?
Right.
So we can say we went to his house, but he didn't seem like anyone was home.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see his
Maybe-
car or anything.
Maybe we get clues about where he normally lives.
Right.
Oh, man, we need more information.
It's fine. We got this.
Okay, so we're friends of Red Cook.
Okay. That's your go?
Maybe acquaintances and friends of a friend. Friends of a
Red
friend.
Cook invited us here for the tournament.
Yes. Our parents were friends.
There you go.
Hopefully he's old. Okay.
So before I step in, I'm going to take a deep breath because I've now had 2 panic attacks today. I'm going to take a deep breath and be like, it's okay. Everything's fine. It's just a bar. And I'm going to walk in.
As you walk in, you are overwhelmed by the... I'll let you go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Roll your empath. I won't just overwhelm you all the time.
Okay. This is better.
It might be more subdued if they're
11.
Oh, yeah. You're good. You're so good.
There's only 2 people in there.
In
No, don't do that to us.
No, in fact, there are a good handful. There's about 5 or 6. But you really only see one specifically because you almost run right into him.
Oof.
Is that an older man with a square face and graying hair and glasses is talking over his back, over his shoulder. It says, "I'm done with that. I'm through with you. And you can take your hat too. I don't want anything to do with this."
So because I rolled an 11, I get a clear impression of the current emotional state and intentions of this person. I'm assuming there's agitation going on.
Yeah, he's angry.
Don't need to be an empath to know.
What about intentions? Do I get anything more than
murder someone?
Yeah.
He wants to leave and go back to his shop because you have met Mark.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Met Mark.
He's the boat rental guy, right?
Correct.
He is.
And as he does so, he throws down a hat that you can see that has a patch on it that says Luskogee Anglers Club.
Ooh.
And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Ah,
Dun,
man.
dun, dun.
All right. Do we need to do our end of session move?
Yes.
Okay.
End of the session experience. We will ask a few questions here, and depending on how many answers you get, to how many experience points you get. Did you conclude the current mystery?
No.
No.
Nope. Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes.
Definitely not.
No, we
Okay,
already
that's
did.
I did.
That's true. I feel like you might be able to get points for that one.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you say as a group?
Fate worse than death.
He didn't save anyone from death. He
Fate
deathed
worse than
them.
death. Worse than death.
But what does the question actually say?
Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Worse. I did.
I think we have to give it to Martin.
Now,
Yeah,
he
I
can't-
think so.
You can't randomly go killing people.
That's true.
I don't
It has
randomly
to be.
kill people.
They have to be in a very bad state.
Yeah,
I
think
feel like
I think we
she-
have to give it to him.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm on board for this.
Okay.
So you
I'll
got
stop
one there.
arguing
Okay.
it.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did.
Yeah, the occult symbols.
Yep, the occult symbols. We learned about. We definitely saw Martin. I don't know if we quite realized that part yet.
We also
I'm
I'm
connected
hoping
it.
that we get the follow up to that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
We also connected
Actions
the
have
two
consequences.
mysteries together.
Yeah.
That's true.
Absolutely.
We did.
And did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Well,
Not really.
I feel like I guess it wouldn't count for this session because we haven't had the fallout yet. Because I feel like most of the other hunters don't realize exactly what Martin can do. So I would say no, not yet, but
No.
probably next session.
I don't know if that one necessarily counts.
It doesn't?
Because,
Okay.
Like, we already know
We
that
know.
Martin has this ability to help
Yeah.
things pass
Okay.
on.
We know we're supposed
Never
to keep
mind
him
then.
out of hospitals.
We
So-
know. We just don't know.
So I think that we did learn that, and I'm going to call in the fact that you pulled up the dark past. We did learn that Martin is familiar with demonic symbols.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that is a good thing.
You know, and I'm going to say that that counts because it wasn't just a random roll; it was a dark past roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yes.
So that gives you 3 yeses, I think.
It does?
Maybe.
Two.
I counted 2.
I got 4.
We didn't solve the mystery.
So
Hang on.
we
Okay.
saved someone from a fate worse
Well,
than death.
The
Yes,
yes only applies
one.
to him, though, right?
No, this
It's
is
a
group
we.
experience.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll accept that then.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm gonna say
Okay, I'm
so.
totally behind this now.
Okay.
And we learned something new and important about the world, and we learned something new and important about one of the hunters.
So
Okay,
we're
cool.
3,
That's
which
2 experience,
is 2
right?
experience points.
Yes.
Also,
Level up.
So we
if
got
anybody you've made a failure roll, which I think there were a couple.
Not me.
Only, I think it was
I
only.
rolled really well during.
Oh, I
think
did
it was only
fail.
Corin.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was once.
Yeah, it was once. It was in the hotel.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah, you failed once in the hotel.
It was an empath thing to check.
Right. I
on
did fail.
Martin,
Yep.
Just to see.
I
Okay.
ignored my failure roll. I rolled like an 11 and said, no, I don't want to succeed.
Yeah, that's fine. You made a role-playing choice,
Uh-huh.
and it was good.
It would have been a failure if I had succeeded.
Mm. All right. Well, y'all got 2 experience points, and
I leveled
value-
up. Hannah leveled up.
Cool.
Same
Very
here.
nice.
Same. Plus 1 left over.
And Martin leveled up last time,
Mhm.
but we hadn't really addressed that yet.
It's
So
5 XP, right?
yeah, 5 XP to level up.
So I'm at 5 plus 3.
And with that, we're gonna say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.